Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to this another edition of My Career, My Calling. This is your host, Stephanie Fletcher-Lati, and I'm so excited to be joining you for another evening's broadcast. We are live on Down on the Radio. Remember, you can listen to us live on TuneIn Radio, and we are also live on Facebook. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to spending the next few minutes with you. And we just really want to say a big welcome to all of you who have joined us from wherever you're watching us from around the world. Thank you to those who are watching us in Australia and those who are tuning in online from around the world in the northern hemisphere and in the Americas, in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, in the Middle East, and in the Pacific Islands. We want to say a big welcome to all of you for joining us on this broadcast, and we're looking forward to spending the next 55 minutes or so with you on this another My Career, My Calling on Down on the Radio. This evening, as usual, we've got an exciting program lined up for you. We've got a special guest in the studio with us today, and we're going to be talking about some exciting things. Now, last week we had an epidemiologist with us online, and we've been doing the Professionals in Focus series. We're going to continue that this evening, and I do hope that you are ready to have a good time with us in studio today. Before we continue with this broadcast, as always, I want to invite you to share this live stream. I want to say a big thank you to those who have been following up with this program week after week and sharing some exciting feedback on how this program has been useful and valuable. We really appreciate the feedback. We've been getting text messages, inbox messages, and word of mouth feedback from people on how this program has really made a great difference in the lives of quite a few people, not just here in Australia, but all over the world. People have tuned in to our online broadcast, and we are very excited that we have been able to contribute to the lives of people all over the world through this our premier program that we have designed for migrants. That the aim of this program really is to help migrants to better understand the Australian workplace, the Australian job market, and how they can take this information to assist themselves to find and retain and to thrive in the workplace. And so today, we are going to continue with our program, and we do hope that you have some time to spend with us today. Now, as usual, if you don't catch the live broadcast, we will always try to do a watch party later on Facebook. And for those who don't have Facebook, let your family and friends know that we now have My Career, My Calling is available on YouTube. Yes, we've got a YouTube link, and it's called My Career, My Calling. So just go to YouTube and type My Career, My Calling, and all our historic videos, we've uploaded them to YouTube so you can watch these at your leisure. You can slow down, pause, make notes, and later on we've got an exciting announcement. We will be starting a blog where we will try to summarize some of the content of these videos for you. So a lot of exciting things are happening here on My Career, My Calling, and all of this has been made possible through the kind support of iCare Community Services and, of course, the Department of Home Affairs. So if you really enjoy these programs and you really want to spend time to just listen to them offline or in your own leisure, we are making this available to you. And so fasten your seatbelt. I just wanted to let you know also that the phone lines are open. If you want to give us a ring today, the phone number to ring if you're calling from Australia is 2, that's the New South Wales area code, which is 2, and you put 8006-0475. So that is if you're calling from Australia, you can ring us on number 2, 800-60475. If you want to ring us from overseas, what you need to do is to put the Australian area code before that, which is 61. So it's 612-800-60475. And we would be very happy to, get your contribution to today's program. We're looking forward to having you with us on, joining us for this program. I just want to say a big shout out to those who are online and those who are listening in from wherever you are watching around the world. So thanks for joining us. Just give me a thumbs up if you're online. Let me see who is online. Let me see who's watching with us this evening. Come on, let's drop us a thumbs up there so we know who is online. Welcome to those who are watching us live. And we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight into this program. And as I said, we've got a very special guest with us in the studio this evening. Yes, we are here in the studio, and a big welcome to my special guest in the studio this evening, Mr. Francis Mawule. Francis Mawule, thank you so much, Francis, for joining us. Hi, Francis.
Hi, Stephanie.
Great having you in the studio with us today.
Thank you very much.
Yes, we've been looking forward to this day happening for a little while, and thank you for really rearranging your schedule to join us for this program. So today, I just wanna let's introduce. Well, before I introduce you, what's been happening the last couple of weeks? We've been talking about we've been doing a series called Professionals in Focus, but over the last 4 months or almost 5 months now, we've been really speaking to people about how migrants can integrate into the Australian workplace. And one of the topics that has come up over and over again is really the issue of volunteering, and volunteering is really an untapped resource in Australia, which most of our guests have spoken about how this can open doors for people to really gain new skills and to share their skills, and also to meet new friends and to really integrate into Australian workplace. And so I'm really excited to have you here with us today, and to help us to really get more into this topic from your perspective as well. So welcome to the program, and I wouldn't mind if you just give us a quick introduction about who you are, your own context, where you're from, and how long you've been in Australia.
Yeah, actually, my name is Francis Mawule. I'm a member of the Australian Red Cross. I'm the team leader of Liverpool.
Yes.
Which includes Campbelltown, Moorebank, and Prestons, and all over Liverpool.
Yes.
I'm actually originally from Ghana.
Yes.
Yeah, but I was based in France before coming to Australia. And coming to Australia is an open door for me, and I've not regretted being here.
Yes.
I just thank God for everything that He has done for me as I'm here in Australia.
Great.
So this is a bit who I am, and
yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much. Australian Red Cross. I've always been fascinated by the work of the Australian Red Cross, and just how much they do in the community. And in Australia, volunteering is really a very big thing. I've been working professionally for more than 22 years. And I think I've never been anywhere that takes volunteering as serious as Australia. I know in many communities, in many countries, the community gets together and does stuff. But I think Australia takes it to a whole different level when it comes to volunteering, in terms of you can put that on your CV and get, recognition as if you were being paid to do that work, and later on I will probably share what some of the other organizations are doing in the space of volunteering. But Francis, Australian Red Cross, I really thought that getting you in here to help us discuss this, because I know the Red Cross and the Red Crescent societies around the world are probably one of the largest organizations that really basically thrive on volunteers. Yeah. Now, how long have you been in the Red Cross?
I've been in the Red Cross for the past 5 years.
Yes.
I've been doing my volunteering work with the Red Cross for the past years, 5 years, and I think being a volunteering with the Red Cross is a very big opportunity for me and for others, because the Australian Red Cross is one of the biggest and leading humanitarian and charity organization in Australia.
Yes.
And it's also an auxiliary part, is also part of the government also.
Yes.
Because it's been funded by the government to do the work that we are doing.
Yes.
And now we be traveling to various parts of Australia.
Yes.
Because of the Red Cross. I know everywhere in Australia today, because I've been to Queensland, in some of the villages of Queensland. I've been to Melbourne, some of the villages of Melbourne. I mean, everywhere in Australia.
Yes.
And I've not regretted
Yes.
being with the Red Cross.
That's really an awesome experience and opportunity. And, sometimes I always say this on the program, a lot of times we complain about, we lack opportunities, and I've been sitting down and I've heard people say, I'm bored, I can't find anything to do. But what a great opportunity to give back. And as I said when I started, to not just to gain skills, but to give back what your skills to the community, and to serve. And I really appreciate that there's this great opportunity to do so. So traveling around Australia and doing things. What exactly do you do when you travel around Australia?
I just want to emphasize something.
Yeah.
Be a voluntary person
Yeah.
will push you to know people.
Yeah.
And also present yourself, the image that you are,
Yeah.
to the community that you are serving.
Yeah.
And you gain new skills.
Yeah.
And you also get good people around you.
Yes.
Because when you travel, especially where we go, we meet the mayors and the MPs of those communities that we go, and they really appreciate the voluntary work that we do for Red Cross by helping the community. We need to give back to the community. You need to sacrifice yourself. To help someone come out from the problem the person has.
Yeah.
Either it should be a woman or the man or a child or whatever.
Yeah.
Because be a volunteer personnel push you to give yourself to the extent that you can never imagine you helping people coming out from something.
Yes.
It gives you a joy, and that joy can never be compromised.
Yes.
By anything in the world.
Yes.
Though that we are not being paid.
Yeah.
But you moving to those locations and seeing the people in their issues, in their problems, and everything,
Yes.
and giving a helping hand,
Yes.
to help them to come out of this thing is a very good opportunity.
Yes.
And with the Red Cross, I'm personally the team leader of Liverpool. As I say, we are into emergency services.
Yeah.
We prepare people before the emergencies appear.
Yes.
Fire,
Yeah.
flood, tornadoes and co. We go from home to home, talk to people, discuss issues with them, let them know that if this thing happen, these are the steps that you must follow.
Yes.
And they are aware of whatever. Australia is surrendered. It's a very big country, but we have so many disasters in Australia. And you need to allow people to be aware of whatever is going to happen around us, so that when they are prepared, they can come out of those things, safely.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been to Queensland last 3 months, during the disaster, the flood disaster. On the ground, the Queensland Red Cross also did a very great job. And we went during the disaster to help them to come out of those issues. But people were wondering, to see me, Francis, an African man, being among the white people, wearing the Red Cross T-shirt, and not even any ordinary T-shirt. I was wearing the red T-shirt, me that I'm a leader, and they were like, may I know which country are you from? I said, I'm from Ghana. I said, Ghana? I said, yeah. I don't know Ghana, but I know Abedi Pele. Yeah, I said Abedi Pele is a player, you know. I said, oh, thank you for the work that you are doing. We are so grateful to have you among us and all those kind of things. I said, yeah. You know, we go and help them. We clean their houses.
Yes.
We clean their houses. We help them pack their stuff. We even help some of them to build their houses back, to put things together, and to allow them to get back to life and to have that joy. You understand? So be part of the emergency, the preparedness of emergency is also an opportunity for you to learn. You know, when you prepare people before the emergency appear, what does it mean? That means that, listen, we go from one community to another community, talking to them, let them know that in this particular month, this is what is going to happen. There'll be maybe a bushfire or a flooding issues and all those kind of things. So let's get prepared towards it.
Yes.
And then we go forward. You know, be with the Red Cross, we have preparing for emergency. We have recovery from emergency. You can be a voluntary personnel for telecross. You call the elderly people. Yeah. You can be a voluntary personnel for blood donation also.
Yes.
Even in Liverpool, we have a blood donation office around the cemetery. You know, people go there and help them to do their work. It's for free, though that you're not paid, but you are happy to give your time, 1 hour of your time during the day to help someone to achieve something.
Yes.
You know, this is a bit what we normally do,
That's really amazing, really, really amazing. And you've touched on so many different things, you know. And I can actually see just from what you've said, there's so many ways in which people can give back. So okay, if you're not into emergency stuff or you don't feel passionate about that, you can help with blood donations.
You can help with blood donation. You can help with telecross by calling the elderly people in their homes. And then just ask them, how are you today? How do you feel? Do you need any medication? Did your carer came to you today? Okay, give me the number of your carer. Let me call the carer and ask the reason why she's not there. And somebody will attend to you.
Yes.
We also go for, we search for missing people, missing children, missing adults. I mean, the whole aspect of missing. When somebody is missing around the bush, whatever, we help the SCS, we help the police, we help the government welfare organization to look for those missing people. You know, Red Cross is involved in a lot of aspects.
Yes.
You know, in Australia. I mean, there's so many things that we do with Red Cross, and by doing that, I'll tell you that you never regret it, because voluntary aspect of it, the voluntary aspect of it, expand your skills and your knowledge.
Yes.
Because it allows you to learn and know more about whatever you are doing, where you are going, whatever is going to happen to you next. So, I mean, this is some of the things that we normally do.
Great. I really, really appreciate that information. Because as I said before, you know, on this program, we've been really speaking to people about settling in, because one of the struggles people find, especially when they've just come, is settling in, connecting. How do I find a job? And I mean, we've all been through it. And one of the things that I have heard, I mean, we've had probably more than 20 people pass through this program already, and almost every single one of them have spoken about volunteering. And so I thought we should dedicate an entire program to speak about volunteering. But and this is not just ordinary volunteering. This is a very high level kind of volunteering that has such great value to the community, and you get so much benefit out of it. You know, because I've worked in humanitarian development. You know, I've been to countries to look at their systems as well, and I understand the role that Red Cross and the Red Crescent Society plays globally. You know, and I was looking at the website and I saw how they were speaking about the emblem, and
the
and
emblem.
and that it's a lot of people see the emblem and they think that it means, healthcare or medicine,
Healthcare, yeah.
but what they were saying is that it means don't shoot.
Yeah,
And I was
don't
like,
shoot.
wow, it's a neutral,
Yeah, neutral.
it's a symbol that represents a neutral humanitarian
Neutral, yeah,
assistance. And it means back off. Let's get help to the people. We are
course.
not on anybody's side. We are here for the sick and the injured.
Of course.
And, I'll reiterate that message at the end. So Red Cross is actually a very well respected international organization, and they've got some of the, I know about the sphere guidelines that they put forward about, being able to provide humanitarian aid in a dignified, non-discriminatory way, and so on and so forth, from previous work that I've done. And Francis, thank you so much for really, giving us some insight. And in terms of the Red Cross and Red Society, you've already explained about how some of the ways in which you build the society and help people, in terms of our local communities, particularly here in southwestern Sydney and the West, are there any particular things happening that people can, what that you might be calling for volunteers currently?
Yeah. Anyway, Red Cross is always looking for volunteers. Yeah. Around Liverpool is so big. It's so big, and the volunteers that we have here, we are not even up to 30. Yeah, some time ago we are even lack of personnel, but people come from their house to also help us to achieve our goal. We need volunteers, Red Cross volunteers in Liverpool. Somebody may ask, how do you volunteer for Red Cross? It's so easy. You can go to the website, Google it, and find voluntary work, Red Cross voluntary work. Yes. When you Google it, you can find a number that you can call, or you can see something online, a form online that you can fill in, and let the office call you. When the office call you, you go through a training. The first training that you have to do is how do you call it? First aid psychological course. That's the first aid, because psychologically, you need to know something. When somebody passed through a disaster, there's panic. There's so many things happen in the mind of the person. So it's up to you to portray yourself to the extent that the person must have that confidence in you before opening up. Because sometimes you go somewhere, they don't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, Red Cross, it's government. No, we are not government.
Yes.
We are not government. Although that we have been financed by the government, but we are not government. Yeah, we are any ordinary organization in the system to help the vulnerable, to help the children, to help whoever it is. So when you go and fill the form, somebody will call you, and you have online. They'll call you online, and you have a kind of interview. I mean, 5 to 10-minute interview, and they'll invite you for the course. When you go for the course, you finish the course. That's the first step of your voluntary work. And then after that, they are going to locate you to your local office. If you belong to Liverpool, they will give you the number of the team leader of Liverpool to call you. And the team leader of Liverpool will call you and meet you and have a chat with you, welcome you, introduce the other members. So each and every month, or 2 or 3 months, we organize a meeting at the library. Sometimes the mayor will normally pay for us for the building, or sometimes the library say, okay, use this room for free. Why are they doing that? Because they know that we give a lot to the community, and we are not getting anything back. So they think that is their own way also to help us to use this room for an hour or two to have our meeting and get something to help the people outside. So everybody is called to be a volunteer.
Yes.
Whether you are an African, you are an Asian, you are from
wherever,
Tonga, Samoa, everybody is called to be a Red Cross personnel, a voluntary personnel. There is no discrimination with the Red Cross.
Yes.
Everybody is welcome on board to do whatever you can do to help the community. Now, if it was in business, I would say that our client, that's the community.
Yes.
We need to handle them to the extent that nothing happened to each and every person, because the vulnerable person outside there need you. The person sleeping on the street there needs you. Somebody needs you in his life or her life to accomplish something for him or for her. And we are always open.
Yes.
We open our hands to go towards those people and do something to help them.
Yes.
But the community that we are serving, don't say that I'm helping people that I don't even know and I've not been paid for that. No, don't think about money. Think about what you can give to somebody. Think about the joy that you can put in the face of somebody for that person to receive that particular joy and be a great person tomorrow. So that tomorrow you say, oh, okay, I have this, I have that, I have this. And then people will be happy to have you and think about you all the time. I say, oh, this brother came and helped me before, this sister came and helped me before, and it's a very great opportunity. Yes.
Wow, that is really, really, really an amazing, opportunity for people to really join a worthy cause. And I'm just amazed at how much you actually get out of it.
Yeah.
So you might not get the cash bills,
No.
but there's so much you get. I mean, the training is invaluable as well. The training, the experience.
You get knowledge.
Yes.
You get knowledge. You have the skills on the field. I've been called by one of the organization before to come and work as a iCare company. After working for a month, they asked me, we realized that you don't want to take your wages. I said, I'm sorry, but I'm not here for wages.
Yeah.
I'm just here to give a helping hand for a month.
Wow.
I said, no, we never see that. We never see that here in Australia. I said, no, I know that I can devote my time, my money and everything, my transport to come here, but in actual fact, I don't need anything from you. Let's take it this way and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. They were amazed. The manager have to call me to thank me a million times. It should be part of you to help people. Today in Australia, we have so many churches, so many organizations.
Yes.
Helping people around, but I might not blame them sometimes when things happen, but things happen for people also to learn.
Yes.
You understand? Somebody said, I might come to this church, but I've come to this church, but nobody helped me before. Listen, don't think about such things. Think about whatever you can do to help somebody.
Yes.
Don't be waiting for somebody to help you. You understand?
I'm gonna get you to stick up in there because that is so important, and I really, really want people to get this. So we're gonna studios at Down on the Radio on My Career, My Calling. We've got a very special guest in the studio, Mr. Francis Mawule, who is helping us to discuss the topic of volunteering. And this gentleman has got such a great wealth of experience with volunteering, and he's a team leader with the Red Cross, and he's just really really, really, really enlightening us about the benefits and the joys of volunteering. Francis, you were just mentioning about how there are so many community organizations like churches, but I think we haven't really harnessed the benefits that we could actually get from the vast volume of people that we have access to. So break that down for me.
Yeah, I might say we have the chaplain.
Yes.
They take care of the Christian aspect when emergency appear or occur.
Yes.
We have how do you call it? We have the Red Cross. We have I can't remember all of them.
Yeah.
But the main object of my situation is to listen. We don't go somewhere and think that somebody might help you. You understand? Before you have that idea in your mind, ask yourself, have I ever helped somebody before? Think about it. Have you ever in your life helped somebody to achieve something and for the person to get back the joy that the person lost before? If not, I think this is a step for you to take and move forward, because we should not take life as it is and think that we always need help from somebody or need help from people. You understand? That is what you have today, somebody somewhere there does not have that thing. You understand? So be content of whatever you have and cherish it and share with those who do not have. Yesterday, for example, I was walking around Liverpool. I went near the cemetery, there was this organization, Salvation Army.
Yes.
They have a van, set up a van, and they give coffee, tea, bread to the needy, to the homeless, to the people that we normally call junkies or whatever. They were there drinking, they were happy.
A warm cup of tea.
Yeah, it was cold. They were having blanket. Salvation Army gave them blanket, and dress to cover their bodies.
Yes.
You understand? And I was there and was like, oh, it's nice to see such things. And I approached them and said, my name is Francis, I'm with the Red Cross. I said, oh, Red Cross, that's good, man. What are you doing? I said, I was passing by and I saw you guys. I decided to come and say hi to you. I said, oh, that's good.
Wow.
And we're talking about one thing I want to emphasize, like when you go to one of the evacuation centers, because we established one evacuation center at Moorbanks Sports Club.
Yes.
When you go there, we have the police, we have the Red Cross, we have iCare, we have Salvation Army, we have, we are 6 or 8 organizations there just to help the community. So ask yourself, why those organizations are there? Why people leaving their work aside, their jobs aside, going there to help the community? You understand? Though that we are not getting anything, but you'll be happy. That joy must be in you that, okay, I went to this site to help these particular people to achieve their goal. You understand? So this is a bit of, volunteering aspect of the whole world of Australia. The mayor of Liverpool, for example, I don't know him, I never seen him. But through my work, I was able to sit at the table eating and chatting together, and he introduced me to other mayors and everything. I've been invited to Parliament to see other people, ministers and co. Who am I? Stephanie, who am I?
Yes.
I'm nobody. I'm just
understand.
a black man, an African man in the corner sitting somewhere there around Liverpool.
Yes.
But this voluntary work pushed me up to Canberra to meet ministers and whoever it is.
Yes.
Even former premiers of Australia. They were happy to see and to hear about the work that we do for people in Liverpool.
Yes.
You understand? So you gain more, and people, prominent people in this country.
Yes.
Today, tomorrow, when I go to the mayor, I say, we want to organize something here in Liverpool. She said, okay. We take this. Just bring your people. And they pay for everything.
That's it.
They pay for our lunch. They pay for the room for us. And we come and sit down, we do our meeting, we finish.
Yes.
You understand? So voluntary work is a very good work to do to help the people around us. Yes.
Excellent. And I really appreciate that, what you have said, Francis, because, volunteering, especially with an organization like the Red Cross, that's an international organization that has such high recognition, can really open such great doors as you've just described, like you get to sit at the table with, kings and queens, which is just like fabulous and absolutely amazing, and if you're out there and you're listening to this program, we're happy for you to call in on the phone lines to if you've got a question for our guest. Would be great. Would be great if you've got a question and you wanted to call in. We're happy for you to do that. So the phone numbers are 02-800 60475 if you're calling it from Australia, or you may put 612 800 60475 if you're calling from overseas. If you've got a question for Francis, please feel free to call through, and I'm pretty sure he will be very happy to answer you. But great information there about the benefits of really giving back to the community and the doors that it opens.
For you.
One of the things that we've mentioned on this program before as well is you put this on your CV.
Of course, yeah.
You can put this on your CV.
You can put this on your CV. It can even help you during your interview.
Yes.
When the prominent guys on the table says that, you were a volunteer before, you volunteer for this organization before.
Yes.
They'll be happy.
Yes.
They'll be happy. Somebody was telling me before, he said, one of the volunteers is now in Queensland. He was telling me, he said, when I applied for my visa here in Australia, and I put in my document that I was a volunteer personnel for Red Cross. He went for a tribunal. They asked him, "What do you do at the Red Cross?" He explained. He said, the judge said, "Listen, you are not even a citizen of this country. You are helping the people of Australia. And today, you are standing here in front of us at a tribunal for us to judge you. And what do you want us to say?" They say, "Go, you're going to hear from us."
Wow.
He said he left. After 1 month, he received a letter. He got his permanent residence.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. Just like that.
Just like that, Stephanie. The support that you are giving to people
Yes.
can change their life.
Yes.
Or change their life.
Lives, yes.
The support that you are giving to the community can build and strength and put a strong, knot in the community. And if you do that and people see you, just imagine how they are going to take you.
Yes.
They're going to take you as their God.
You're a very important person to them and their
the
community. Yes. Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
You are that person in the community helping people. So they see you as their God. So if there's any problem today,
Yes.
and even the government have to judge you, and they see your CV or whatever, and they say, this guy's a criminal or whatever, even they have to judge you. They'll see, the good
that you have done.
They've done for
the
people.
good that you've done. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
People are after money, work for money. Anyway, work for money is good because we need to take care of
Your families.
our families and co. But 1 hour of your time during the day, go to volunteer somewhere, will never take your job away from you. Will rather strengthen,
Yes.
your brain, your mind,
Yes.
your personality, and you're a great person, man.
Wow.
You're a good person.
It's just such a great conversation here in the studio with Francis. And we've learned so much about volunteering and with the great work that the Red Cross Society is doing in our communities across Australia and around the world. And, we cannot say thank you enough. Francis, I think I want to say on behalf of our entire community, a big thank you to you and your team and to all the volunteers around Australia that are giving their time and their effort and their skills to support the work in humanitarian response and just preparing us for disasters and emergencies. And that is such a great thing. Now, we've got a lot of listeners who are students. We've got people who are looking for jobs right here in and around Southwest and Western Sydney. A lot of students tune into this program, and international students especially, they always complain, I can't find a job. But a lot of them also come and they've got money. They're not worried about money. But what they lack is that work experience in Australia, which is absolutely valuable. Now, Francis, Are there any special requirements for people to join the Red Cross to volunteer their time, or are there some people who cannot join the Red Cross?
No, with the Red Cross, everybody's welcome.
Yes.
Whether you are a learning or unlearned person, you are welcome. Either you speak English or you speak French or whatever the language that you speak, you are the most welcome with the Red Cross.
Yes.
Stephanie, I speak French. I speak French very well. My first language in the whole world is French.
Yes.
My second language is English. Though that I'm from an English country.
Yes.
Wherever I go and they need somebody to interpret for French, I'm the one there.
Yes.
Recently, we went to Melbourne.
Yes.
There was a lady among us. She speaks Swahili.
Yes.
We have some community members that we need to help. They speak Swahili, but their English wasn't good.
Yes.
This lady came and helped translating. This is where the role of a volunteer personnel is needed. And she did the work, and she was so happy. She was like, "Oh, Francis, I'm so happy that you put me into this." I said, "Good."
Grace.
Yeah.
Great.
So you don't need any qualification
Yes.
to join the Red Cross.
All you need is just willingness.
Just your commitment. You come, you have a good heart, you come. Red Cross will help you to do your police report, because before you be a volunteer, do a police report. They'll do a police report.
What about working with children? Do you
Working
need
with
it?
children.
Yeah.
No, they need the police report first.
Yeah.
After that, then they ask you working with the vulnerable
Yes.
and working with the children.
Okay.
So when you do this thing, you are cleared. You are without any criminal recourse. You are welcome in the Red Cross family.
Great.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody
yeah.
is welcome. Whatever your background, you are welcome.
Yes.
Whether you speak English, you speak French, you speak Swahili, you speak whatever
your language
whatever
is.
your language, you can join us and be part of our family, of our Red Cross family.
Yes.
So your qualification is not needed.
Yes.
Yeah. But when it comes with the Red Cross will help you to have more qualifications.
Awesome.
Yeah. Because
Awesome.
every time that you go for training, there's a certificate for it.
Yes.
It's like you are running a course.
Yes.
So every course that you do, there's a certificate to prove that yes, you went through this and you are up to this level. Yeah, that's how it is.
Wow. That's just really, really amazing. And I reckon we could sit here talking about this for the entire evening, because it's such a great and valuable, thing to do. So if people want to join and sign up, can you explain again how, if people want to register to become a volunteer with the Red Cross Society?
Okay, you can. If you want to register with the Red Cross, you go to the Red Cross website. It's redcross.org.au. When you type redcross.org.au, you go to the website. You have a column.
Yes.
Get involved.
Yes.
And connect. When you go get involved and connect, you see volunteering, then you type volunteering, then you have a form that you have to fill
out. Yeah.
And then when you fill out, and then you send it to the office is going to call you and have a 5 to 10 minute interview online, and they'll prepare you for a training.
Yes.
That's a psychological first aid.
Yes.
You go to that training, and after that, you have a preparedness training, recovery training, you have telecross training, you have a blood donation domain training, visit the vulnerable, visit the aged people, and there's so many things to do with the Red Cross.
Yes.
You can be a fundraiser.
Yes.
You can be trained to be a fundraiser, and there's so many things. So when you do that and they call you, you finish your course, you have a certificate that shows that you went through this training. That certificate also can be put on your CV.
Yes.
That's a voluntary, whatever from Red Cross. And that's it. You become a member of the Red Cross and serve it in your community.
Yes.
Because when you belong to Liverpool, you can decide to serve with Bankstown,
Yes.
Bankstown Red Cross, but it's good to be
serving your
part
community.
of your community.
Yes.
So that you know that you are helping the community where you are. to grow up or
course.
for change.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what
but of
we
course
normally
that is
do.
sensible.
Yeah.
You know, you look after your own community,
community
first.
first, yeah.
In my country, we say learn to dance a yard before you dance abroad.
Ah, bro.
You know, you dance in the house before you go outside to
Yes,
dance. Yes.
yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah.
And when you become a member of Red Cross, during our meetings, sometimes we have meetings that we change, or we invite other teams.
Yes.
You can invite Campbelltown teams, you can invite Bankstown, you can invite the City Sydney team, and everywhere.
Yes.
I mean, we had a meeting just recently where we invite Bankstown, Campbelltown, and Hornsby team. Yeah, all of them came. It was a great meeting. You know.
So you exchange ideas and
exchange
tips and
ideas,
strategies.
This
and
is where you know members of the Red Cross.
Cross, yeah.
Among the members, you have doctors, you have bankers, you have firemen, policemen.
Yeah.
You know, it's an opportunity for you to meet those people.
Yeah.
Automatically, they become your friend. They are your brothers and sisters. So when you need something, it's easier to go and ask somebody that you know,
Yes.
or your brother, I have this problem. How can I solve it?
Yeah.
That's what I normally do.
Yes.
If I have a problem with the police right now, I'm looking for an idea. I can just rush to Liverpool police station.
Yes.
Oh, I'm the Red Cross, whatever. I have this problem. How can I solve it?
Yes.
They'll give me the guidelines.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes. Yes. So right away, right there, we're talking about networking as well.
Yeah, of course.
There's a huge opportunity to network with such an amazing and great network of people in so many different, groups.
Yeah.
You know, we've spoken about networking on this program as well, and how it's so important. What a good way to network.
Yeah,
volunteering for a prestigious organization that it has a global footprint.
Of course.
You know, what a great way to not just, get something to put on your CV, but also you are learning new skills, getting new qualifications, you are giving back to your community, and also creating an everlasting network of people from so many different walks of life. And I believe that would be such a great opportunity. You know, I'm a very big believer in volunteering, Francis. I'm a very big believer. That's why I spend my evenings here, doing this program and preparing for this program, and I've got other stuff that I do. And I'm really encouraging those who are watching, if you really, really, can find even 1 hour per week, you can volunteer with the Red Cross, or you find another organization to do some volunteering with. It's just such an excellent opportunity to give back to your community and gain skills and experience while you're at it. So Francis, we're pretty much out of time. And is there any last minute comment you wanted to just sum it up for us before we go?
What I just wanted to say, I just wanted to invite especially the African community in Australia.
Yes.
They should not be hiding themselves. They should open up to the community.
Yes.
If you are in the house, you don't have anything to do.
Yes.
Come and give your helping hand to the community.
Yes.
And help the community.
Yes.
Come forward.
Yes.
Let us know you. Let Red Cross know you. And allow Red Cross to expose you now to the world.
Yes.
I'm here in Australia. People know me already in America, in Canada, in whatever country that I might mention, because of Red Cross today.
Yes.
And we communicate. If I'm telling you that I have to go to 3 countries before the end of the year, maybe you might not believe it. Stephanie, I'm not paying for my fare.
Yes.
I'm not paying for my hotel. Everything is being
looked after. Yes.
That's the great opportunity, the benefit of what you are doing out of this thing. You understand? So I just want to call those out there to come and join us to create a very nice and good family and launch ourselves towards the community and help the community change life and let that glory in the joy in the heart of people be seen through the good work that you are doing to the community.
Great. That's so good. And I think it's really a great note to really end on. I love what you say about calling brothers and sisters, particularly those from Africa. It's about the diversity as well
Diversity,
and
yeah.
the integration. It's such a great way to integrate into the community. What better way to integrate than to serve?
Yes, it's
Service, I believe, is the highest order.
Of course.
And I believe a lot of blessings come from serving, and I believe that God has called us to serve each other, and I believe that by serving our communities, that's the greatest way that we can serve God.
Of course,
It's the greatest way to serve God is to serve our fellow, neighbor, to serve your neighbor, and it doesn't matter what your religion is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Almost every religion I know will agree that serving your community is one of the highest order of worship. To really serve humanity. And I believe that's such a great way, such an amazing note to end this program. And so just to recap some of the things we've spoken about today, we've spoken to this our great team leader from the Liverpool Red Cross Society, and as I said before, Francis, it's been just so great having you here and just hearing the beautiful stories that you've shared. And there's so much. I know we could probably go on for another hour.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We could keep talking for another hour on this topic. And it's just been great having everyone online. And those of you on Facebook, if you've got a question, we've got another maybe 5 minutes. If you've got a quick question, we can still take a question or a quick phone call if you wanna drop me a message on the news feed on Facebook. But yeah, it's been great. And just to cap off, I just wanted to let the viewers know that just to wrap this up today, Australia really takes volunteering very seriously, and to the point where Australia has got a premier body, a peak body for volunteering. Oh my
of
gosh.
course, yeah.
So there's Volunteering Australia, which is a national peak body for volunteering, and they work to advance volunteering in Australia. So this is how important this is. So if you're living in Australia, there's absolutely no excuse whatsoever for not finding something to do. And also there is the Australian volunteer. So if you're a professional and you've got certain skills, you've got, I think, undergraduate level, you can actually get really good experience through the Australian volunteer program. I've actually been recruited to do that. Unfortunately, I didn't take the job because I got another position at the same time. But the Australian volunteer program, it gives you a chance to reduce poverty and improve livelihoods. It's quite similar to what the Red Cross is doing. But this is a more structured program where you actually get placed sometimes in overseas in countries that Australia is providing humanitarian, not just humanitarian aid, but development assistance. And you get there and you actually get a decent stipend as well. But what you do get, man, there's nothing that compares to putting on your CV that I've been an Australian volunteer. While last year I was working in Fiji as an advisor for the Department of Foreign Affairs. And while I was there, I met a lot of people who have come through the Australian volunteer program, who are in very high level positions now. And I know that the volunteering, they don't pay you the same as what you would get, from working for a company. But it's enough to live off. And you know what? If you're volunteering in somewhere like Fiji, trust me, you don't need much.
Yeah, it's true.
You really don't need that much. You just need enough to pay your rent and to live off, but also great lifestyle. And you learn so much. You get mentored by really high-level people, and it's just such a great place, great thing to do. And so for those who are listening, you can go to the www.australianvolunteers.com, and you can see the different opportunities. You may also go to govolunteer.com.au, and they've got like a database of organizations who are offering volunteering opportunities. So if you're listening to us this evening and you're looking for an opportunity where you can volunteer for something that's great, where you can use your skills, your abilities, and also to learn new skills, these are some of the places that you could actually go to gain some really good volunteering opportunities. So that's volunteer.com.au. They've got a database of volunteering opportunities that are available through Australian organizations. And you can also do the australianvolunteers.com for the federal government program. And of course, the Red Cross. So that's redcross.com.au.
Redcross.org.
Redcross.org.au, and you can go on to get involved, and you will see and connect volunteer. There's so many opportunities to connect and to help, to prepare, to recover, to assist telecross calling, blood donations, and so many different opportunities for you to give back to your community there. So we're actually out of time, and what an amazing time we've had here today. And I really, really, really can't say a big enough thank you to my dear brother, Francis. Francis, thank you so much again for really fitting us into your schedule. I know it's really hard sometimes for someone as busy as you are. And so we greatly, greatly appreciate that. Having us on the program today, we really, really appreciate that you take time out to join us for these programs. And as I've always said, these programs are invaluable. The information you cannot get anywhere else except on this program. So I want to encourage you, share this stream with someone. Someone, you might not need this information today, but you might have a friend or a brother or someone who can really use this information. And for those who didn't hear us when we started the program, I also wanted to let you know that we've got the YouTube channel for My Career, My Calling. So just search for My Career, My Calling on YouTube, or you can search for my name and put My Career, My Calling. You'll find the channel. And we've been uploading our videos since we started the program in May. Or we are just uploading the videos every week, and so you can watch at your own leisure. You can also share that with people who are not on Facebook. And very soon we will have a blog for you where we will summarize the bullet points, the key takeaway messages from each week's program, so you can actually use that, to prepare yourself as a little cheat sheet, if you might call it that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've run out of time, and I want to say a very, very big thank you to all of you for joining us, and a huge, huge thank you to Francis. And just before I go, I want to say this program has been made possible by iCare Community Services, who is looking after the community, is also doing some excellent programs, and they also have an NDIS program for people with disabilities. If you want to know more about iCare Community Services, please go to their website at icareservices.org.au, and you can see all the different programs that are provided through iCare. So that's it from me for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you next week at the same time and at the same place.